And the talk is on.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, JNS Talks. Of course, I'm Sho and this is Joe.
What up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's hanging on there. Hope everybody's good.
Hope you guys had a wonderful Memorial Day, considering
word.
Whatever we did was limited, Couldn't really go places like we usually do.
Exactly.
Well, we did what we do every year. We barbecued in our backyard, but we couldn't have people over. It was just us.
Yeah, that was a sucky part about it,
Yeah, even though we're seeing more people hang out at each other's houses, we're still not taking any chances.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who has what, you don't know who's been hanging out with who. It's just, and being that we have 3 kids, and my parents and stuff like that, I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, and that's kind of segues into this quick discussion.
Yep, which is what we're going to discuss today. We're going to talk about PPE squared. What's PPE squared? Personal protective equipment. Pet peeves explored. That's cool, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because even though people are wearing their pet peeves, wearing their pet peeves. Even though people are wearing their personal protective equipment,
AKA masks and gloves and all
they're not utilizing it the
proper way. And just to put a sidebar, we're not medical professionals, but we have research, so take it how you want to.
Well, research, and we have learned in whatever courses we've took.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, I'm a certified EMT.
Yeah.
I was this close to going to the FDNY, but then I got pregnant.
Yeah.
So I know about stuff like that. You as well.
Yeah.
And we have a bit more knowledge than regular day-to-day people know.
Yeah. And also just following really what people, the big dogs have been saying about it,
Yeah.
So, just want to put out there, definitely not doctors, but we're people with common sense.
Common sense is not so common. That's what I was going to say also.
Yeah.
Right? Dealing with germs and hygiene and gloves and masks and all that, it really boils down to common sense also.
Yeah.
Because if you're wearing the same gloves that you're touching everything with, you're just transferring germs from one thing to the next. If you're in the grocery, right, and you're wearing a mask, but then you're taking it off to talk to someone, which is what we've seen a lot, what's the point of the mask?
Not a lot.
Exactly. And there have been doctors saying that the mask doesn't really do anything. We've heard a lot of conflicting ideas.
Yeah, but I guess it would definitely minimize, like, a sneeze.
Yeah.
On a mask.
Like, if I'm sick and I wear a mask, it'll help
protect everybody else. And that is the point that people don't understand.
We're all in this together.
They want everybody to have a mask, so you won't spread it.
Yeah.
To other people. That is the point of it. That is the biggest one, not to protect yourself. Well, in the case of how would you really protect yourself, it may be if a cough was to land near your mouth or your nose, or inhaling maybe a sneeze, but really sneeze particles could go through these little cheap masks. Really,
yeah.
See, it's not a gas mask.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, in order for you to really think, you need straight up goggles, like a gas mask type of thing, with activated charcoal,
Yeah, going in.
Yeah, going in, exactly. Like you hazmat type of thing.
Yeah.
But the mask is really meant for if you are sick to minimize. It's definitely not gonna stop. But because people don't have the etiquette to sneeze.
So many people don't even cover their noses,
into
mouths.
the elbow. You have a mask, cough, it'll stay there for the most part.
Yeah.
So.
And we've seen people, the only time we go out is if we have to go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of things, and so many times I just want to record people.
Oh, yeah.
And put it up in our podcast and our channel so we could show people, but I'm scared if it goes viral, and I don't want to ridicule anyone, especially in a time like this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that to happen to me, so I don't want it to happen to anyone else. So we're just going to talk about what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys, I'm sure you guys seen it too.
Yeah, and number one pet peeve is
stop fixing your mask.
Exactly.
Make sure that whenever you put it on, whether it be in the car or before you step out your house, fix it how you want it, how it's comfortable. Make sure that everything's in place, it's fitted correctly, and don't touch it again. Do not touch it again. So many people. Oh, I should have brought a mask for this. But anyway, so many people put it on, then they fix it. They're talking, they fix it. They have an itch in their face, they touch their face, they scratch it. Just leave it alone. You have to stop the urge, right? And if you have gloves on, don't touch your face with your dirty gloves. The minute you touch that door knob on the outside of your door, even the inside, you should not be touching your face. You should not be touching your food if you have food. You should not be touching anything that is going to go into your mouth.
That is true.
And so many people I've seen, now that it's getting warmer, they have a bottle of water or a drink or whatever, and they're handling the straw or the top.
Yeah.
With dirty gloves on.
Yeah, that's why I just rather not wear the gloves.
Yeah.
I feel like people think that that's a protective thing, but then the thing is that we have a habit of touching our face. My thing is I just don't touch my face at all now.
Yeah.
I've learned to just, first of all, I've never really touched my face because I knew before this I was worrying about pimples.
Yeah.
And, things on your face, because you're putting dirt on your face and that's how you get pimples. So that was my thing. That's why I never touched my face. Now,
you barely ever have pimples. He has the best skin ever.
With all this, my reason is now, obviously, I don't want pimples and I definitely don't want to die of a virus or whatever. So, yeah, I don't have no pimple. Nobody has really from high school seen me as a guy with pimples, and it's because that's a big part of it. Just putting dirt in your face is the
touching your face.
Touching your face, which adds dirt, is the worst thing you could do to your face.
Yeah.
In a cosmetic, in a health way, So that's the number one pet peeve is adjusting, touching your face, and also adjusting the mask. How about that one? People adjusting masks.
Yeah, it's the other day we went to Western Beef and we were looking for a cart, and so many people have gloves on. As soon as they come out the supermarket, they throw the gloves. Someone even had the audacity to leave their dirty gloves in the cart, remember?
Oh, yeah, that was nasty.
Come on, guys. There's trash cans everywhere. And what we do, we keep a plastic bag. So if we do use gloves, we take it off, right? Inside out, and put it in the bag.
Yeah.
And then we throw the bag away. So we just don't put it in the trash also, because whatever gloves are there, you're gonna inhale whatever germs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to contain it in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
So people have this habit of just getting rid of shit, and then with their face, they have a habit of touching their face. And now that it's getting warm, people don't realize it, but they're wiping the beads of sweat off their forehead with their dirty gloves.
Yeah, if they have a glove with a dirty glove, or just wiping their face with their supposedly contaminated hands.
Yeah.
It could be possible that you just touched the virus.
Yeah.
And because you want to dry your sweat, you know, and it goes to the guys, like, I'm a sweaty person, so if you touch something and, you know, you go boom like that, now you have it in your forehead, and let's say you go to scratch and you're by your eye, you know, that's how you contract diseases. Let's not even talk about, you know, cold. That's just with any type of disease, or it could be somebody that had pink eye, you know, and they touched you know, a banana that you was in the grocery store or whatever it is. Yuck. And next thing you know, you go touch, wipe off your face. Now you're gonna get pink eye for the most part, you know? There's a big chance you're gonna get it. So little things like that is what I've been seeing a lot. You know, like we both been seeing a lot.
Oh, you said touching a banana, right? The fruit section. I've seen, you know how people tend to
touch and see
and taste like a random grape or something, or strawberry.
Yeah.
This is not the time to be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place, because you don't know who, what, sneeze, cough, touch, whatever. You should not be eating fruit straight out from the grocery.
Yeah.
Unwashed. That's just gross. But now, especially, do not do that. And it's like I saw a lady do this. She took off her glove, took a fruit, but popped it in her mouth. What's the point?
Nasty.
It's just like, so these are this is what I say. It boils down to common sense.
Yeah.
There was another time I went to the grocery with my dad, and in the deli bakery section, this lady, dead ass, opened the you know how they have the glass doors and the shelves of bread to keep it warm.
Yeah.
Opened it with her glove, was grabbing the breads.
Oh.
So you're ruining it, not only for yourself but for everyone else. And there was a line, and we were just like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? And nowadays, you have to be very careful with what you tell people, because people are so sensitive.
Oh yeah, you can't go out there and say, "Hey, you're contaminating stuff," because they're gonna be like, "Oh, blah, blah, I got my."
What you trying to say? I'm dirty and this and that. No,
exactly. I got
at this point, you have to look at everyone like they're dirty.
Yeah, like not in a bad way, but just to protect yourself.
Yeah, you have to take the precautions.
And we're talking about this not because of the pandemic, but this is gonna be the new normal.
It
this
definitely
is what people like. Some people find it hard to believe, but this is how it's going to be for the next whatever. Or maybe it will
2-3 years, or maybe forever.
Like, I know, like, for example, I always said this in China. Like, and even before this started, you've seen some people that grew up in China with masks when they get sick, or sometimes they just wear it just because of pollution and because they don't want to get sick.
Yeah,
like during flu season, they be throwing on their masks.
Before you've seen people,
because in China it's like that. For like the masses, like a big percentage people. I don't know what it is, but anytime I will see a video of China, you will see people with masks everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? And I've asked certain, Chinese drivers and all that, and a lot of them it says pollution and, viruses. And that might be the new normal for over here. It is already. You can't go outside without a covering in public. You know, if you can't, you have to have one.
And still, people try to get away with not wearing a mask, like trying to get into establishment.
Oh, how many people have been called the cops on because of that now? Because they want to argue. Oh yeah, this is America. Blah 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 blah.
Can't tell me what to do. Well, in this case, yes, they could.
It is a
rule,
an emergency.
Yeah.
You know, there might be a law, like for the next, who knows, or forever, like we said.
And it's just like, don't push back too much. I get it that it's tiring.
That's another pet peeve. People just like not
want to argue for everything.
Want to just argue the thing.
Like, we understand everyone's on edge. Everyone's agitated, aggravated, annoyed. You know, this is new for everyone, for the most part.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you're not the only one that's feeling just like stuck in a rut, or like, why the fuck do I have to do this? This is like, you know?
Yeah.
Just be understanding. And if you're walking into someone's place of business, whether it be a supermarket or a bodega or whatever, you have to respect the rules of
the establishment.
Yeah. And of the PPE.
Yeah. You have to, because at the end of the day, it could help. It could save somebody else. It could potentially save your own. And if it's not, if you think you're young, it could save your mom, your grandma.
Yeah. And I've seen so many people say, oh, people who follow the wearing PPE and follow all these rules and this and that, you guys are sheep. The people who are social distancing are sheep because you're just letting the government control you. No, that's not the case.
Hey, I'm the last person to be a sheep.
It's just whether you think the government created this on purpose or using it to control, you have to respect the virus to some extent, because the fact of the matter is, it is killing people.
Yeah,
it has killed people.
Died.
How can you tell and talk all this shit about, oh, the virus is fake and this and that? You're ranting and raving and all this shit.
To me,
but families have lost not one, not two, not three, but there have been families that have been wiped out because of this virus.
Yeah, and that's a slap in the face to them.
That's highly disrespectful.
Because let me tell you something. This is equivalent to the people that faked the 9/11, all that. It was actors and all this. There were people, there was conspiracy theories out there saying that it was fake.
Wow.
What you're going to tell to those families that has lost their wife, their husband, that last call was on the plane right before it hit, or they were in the building and it collapsed? Or let's go even closer for the generation that didn't see that. Because I remember that shit clear as day. That day. 2012. The shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Oh my God.
A lot of conspiracy theorists that I'm for guns, right? But a lot of those, really crazy gun people were making, oh, this is a conspiracy to take our guns away. Seriously, it was actors, it was bullshit. What are you gonna tell the parents of that lost a 6-year-old? That's my thing. You gotta watch out what you say.
Yeah.
And for those that think that this is a whole big conspiracy, whatever it is, let it be a conspiracy or not, the fact of the matter is people have died. So what are you gonna tell the people that died from it?
Yeah.
And then this is another pet peeve. What about the people that said, oh yeah, but they had an underlying disease.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but they had diabetes. Oh, but they had this and that. Like, that's the same thing saying you get into a car accident, but you had diabetes.
It's like,
you didn't die from diabetes. You died because a car hit you or a drunk driver hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're gonna just nah. He had diabetes. He was gonna die anyways.
Yeah, like
what you mean? There's people that live their whole lives with diabetes. There's people that live their whole lives with cardiovascular diseases.
Yeah.
You know, come on, guys. We're in 2020. You know, that's not. People don't just drop dead like that.
Exactly. Like, if they would not have gotten the coronavirus, they would not have died.
Most likely, they would have had another 20, 30 years.
Yeah. So it's not just, you can't just brush it off like, oh, they died because of the underlying disease. No.
Yeah. Like I said, is the equivalent of saying that somebody, or they got shot and, it's justified because, he had 2 heart attacks before. He was going to die before, anyways, or whatever it is.
Someone was saying something about like, oh, there's risks every day in life. You can't compare everyday risks to this virus.
Exactly.
Just because people stay in their house because they don't want to get sick or they don't want to get someone sick does not mean that they're scaredy cats or they're sheep or whatever.
Exactly.
They're just taking precautions.
One is a stay-at-home order.
Yeah.
Which, if you have nothing to do outside, what you gonna go out there for? Mm-hmm. You know, one, there's no jobs, there's no retail, there's nothing going on.
To hang out, to socialize, and we get it.
You know what I mean? Like, good for you if you was to be able to keep working.
Yeah.
Because I wish I could keep working, but no, there's nobody to drive.
And salute to you, because that means that you're an essential worker and you're doing what you have to do.
So cool for you, but don't talk shit about other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that makes you look bad. You know, like.
Yeah, it makes you look inconsiderate.
Oh yeah, exactly. You gotta view things not in the ground level. You gotta have that 30,000 foot view down.
Yeah.
You know, that's, like, to regular speak is, you gotta see it from the top. You know, you gotta see it from all views. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's like, that saying comes from, the 30,000 foot view, is sometimes you're just there, right? Seeing something, but when you go and drop off an airplane, you know what I mean? You see everything.
Yeah, you see the bigger picture.
You see the bigger picture, exactly. Look at everything from all sides. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Like, because you could be hurting somebody.
Yeah.
By saying, these things, and you could offend a lot of people. You could have a friend that lost somebody, and you're saying, oh, this is bullshit. Mm-hmm. That is my biggest pet peeve that has came out from this. From the pandemic.
It's just, think twice about what you say.
A lot of people with their conspiracies and all this stuff.
And okay, even though you believe the conspiracies and maybe some of them are true, we don't know. Only the government knows. Whoever created this or whoever's dealing with it, the inside people, they're the only ones who know. We, as human beings, have to think for ourselves and do what we have to do to protect ourselves and protect our family, especially if you're the caretaker of the elderly or if you have kids.
Yeah.
Or if you yourself are prone to the coronavirus, if you have a weakened immune system, if you have an underlying condition, whatever the case may be.
For real, yeah, you're right.
It's just, you have to think. And I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
And now that New York City is in phase 1, well, not New York City, but New York is in phase 1.
Most of New York, but we're about to.
People are just,
New York City.
You see the wildness. You see the rebellion.
Yeah, people
that's been waiting to just explode.
Mm-hmm.
And the cases are going up.
And I feel like the government is prematurely opening because of the constituents. Because of people,
peer pressure.
They want everything to be open. And yeah, it's true. I do want things to be open, but I want it to be safe too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the first flu of 1918, whatever, around that time, I don't know exactly the time, but it was the early 1900s. Some states opened up early, and the second wave was way worse than the first wave.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like Cuomo was saying, like that's why has been one is New York City is the epicenter.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it spread from. It got over here and it spread everywhere else because New York City is the hub of the world.
Oh yeah.
Straight up. And as the epicenter, ground zero, we need to be the last ones. We need to make sure that this shit is under control right here before it gets back to square one. Because all it took was one person to spread it, and all it will take is just one other person.
Yeah.
To spread it again.
And people don't realize.
That's what people don't get. It took one person to where we are now
to spread it,
and it will only take one person again to do the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we can't open right now, and that's another pet peeve that I have, that people just don't get that.
And it doesn't matter if you're from the city and you're going to somewhere that doesn't have it, like upstate or whatever. What if you're carrying the virus?
Yeah, like
that's how it spreads.
To me, shame on the people that are that live upstate
mm-hmm.
and are letting people from New York City come and stay over. Shame on them, because you're not taking precautions to save your family. So like, or
your neighborhood,
your home and your neighborhood, because if you get it, you're gonna go to the grocery store and you're gonna spread it to other people because you wanted to let your friend, your sister, your cousin, your aunt to come up to in your house, because at the end of the day you kind of want to show off.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, a lot of that shit is showing off. Oh yeah, I live in upstate, I got a bigger house than you.
Yeah.
Like, come on, cut it out. Shame on you, because you're putting your family in danger. You know that New York City is hot, as in with the virus.
Yeah.
So why take the risk and bring somebody from the hot spot, from ground zero, up to your house? That's what I don't get. And we've seen that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there.
People don't have their priorities straight.
Yeah.
They're seeing this quarantine as a time to party. House parties are coming back.
Yeah, house parties made a comeback. We've seen it on Instagram.
And it took a pandemic to reveal how stupid people could be. I'm sorry, but it's true. I've always known that stupidity have been lingering around. There's not a lot of people that are right in the head. But this, it's like firecrackers of stupidness. Boom, 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 boom. Because y'all just I don't want... And then, okay, even if you're at home, you're emptying your bar. And guess what? You're lowering your immune system.
That's another one.
For what? Getting drunk for what? Because you're bored? Go read a book.
Exactly.
Go spend some time with your kids. Yeah. Go clean your house. Do some laundry. Do spring cleaning.
Yeah, we've been this whole thing. We've been in spring.
You want to get drunk, and then, God forbid, a couple of months from now, you're struggling with alcoholism or whatever, because you wanted to drink every day, and not just one drink. No, you wanted to empty bottles, Clase Azul, 1942, this, that.
Well, yeah, and since some liquor
and
stores are open and all that,
using the stimmy checks to buy the most expensive liquor.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we do? I mean, that's how people are.
Yeah, and people,
but our goal here is to just make people see how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
You're not putting your health first. You're not putting your children's well-being first if you're drunk every day. You're not doing any good to society if you're hopping from the hot spot to a place that barely has the disease, the virus.
Yeah, and they've said it's, like, you shouldn't go and then escape the city to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay at home and chill.
Yeah.
I get it could get lonely, but we have all this virtual stuff that, at the end of the day, there's even like, if you have a laptop, there's even like things where you can watch Netflix with other people at the same time over like virtual stuff, and you can talk.
There's something called, I think Facebook and Instagram came out with something like a virtual room, and you can invite people, and it's all like, it's like Hangouts, like Google Meet, Zoom, all that. It's different things, different platforms that you could do.
And there's one for like Netflix.
Yeah,
like a Chrome extension, I believe.
So you really have no excuse. You could still, quote unquote, hang out with people. You just gotta do it virtually.
Just how schools kept on going remotely. They haven't had a problem. My kids been learning new things. Their teachers be recording something. Boom, they look it up.
And besides school stuff, we're also on top of them. Like, for example, just yesterday, we had a contest between the boys. Well, not really a contest. It was us testing them.
Yeah.
It was like a spelling bee type of thing, like in that setup. But they had to recite all 50 states in alphabetical order for us. Yeah. And that wasn't a school assignment. That was us being on top of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not letting our kids get rusty.
Yeah, and that's another thing that parents need to, take responsibility for their own kids' education. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, school's there for that. Nah, you're the parent. You're supposed to teach the life lessons.
Yeah.
And in cases like this, you got to teach them education also. You got to open up their eyes to what they want to do later in life. It starts at an early age. Like, how many of us grew up lost about what to do? What am I going to do when I grow up?
Me.
You know what I mean? Like
I wasn't completely lost, but it's just, I had so many career changes. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to go to school for.
Yeah, and even me, I knew what I wanted to do. That didn't turn out right because of medical reasons. And that's why you gotta have your plan A, plan B, plan C.
Yeah. So now that the kids are in virtual schooling, who are you gonna blame when they flunk their class? If they flunk their class?
Yeah,
the teacher? I mean, I know parents are going to blame the teacher still.
Yeah, of course.
But you're the one that has to stay on top of them.
Let's say they flunked the class because they didn't log in. They barely logged in.
That's on you.
That's on you because you didn't stay on them.
And I know it's a lot. Oh
yeah, we definitely know it's a lot.
But if we could do it, you guys could do it.
That's another pet peeve of that people are not taking full responsibility for their kids. And the reason how I see it, because I see the same 10 kids. It's only in both of my kids, the older guys. It's only, in all of them, it's only about 10 to 15 kids that are doing the work out of 25. So there's 10 kids that are not doing shit. They are just at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
So, like, what are the parents doing? And I'm pretty sure most of them are not essential workers.
Yeah, probably not everyone's an essential worker.
Probably one or two. And That's funny because the ones that that are essential workers, they're doing the work. The ones that I know.
So, because you know why? They have to be up at a certain time. They're going to, so they're making sure their kids are up too.
Exactly.
As opposed to everyone else that's sleeping all day and up all night.
Yeah. And even if you're doing that, you should at least have the responsibility to wake up at 8:30 or whatever it is and tell your kids, log in, do your thing. If you need help, let me know.
And
simple as that.
Our kids, our 2 older kids, their teachers are so good. We love them. They're very lenient, but they're strict at the same time. As long as they have their assignments in by the due date, which is usually like Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
They're Gucci. You know, as long as they're signed in by 9, and if they need to do something at 9:30, they could go do it and come back and get your assignment done. Yeah. They're not like so, okay, get shit done by 10:30.
10:30, due time, this and that. Like,
and that's how we're all going to get through this.
Some teachers that don't know how to really work on this. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids, you can't put a hard time that is due. Okay, you want to make it due by the end of the day,
Yeah, 2:30, 2:45, even 3:00.
Yeah, or there's some kids, like I said, that their parents are legit working during the day and they could do it at night. So how about you just do it 12 a.m. the next day, and that's it.
Yeah,
midnight, due date midnight. Yeah. which is what the teachers they used to do. Now they're actually giving them the whole week to do it.
Yeah, which is even better.
Yeah. So if the kids feel tired one day from just being on the laptop, which is tiring, I know that being on the laptop for hours at a time is very tiring.
That's
so if
not
they
good
get tired, I let them, tomorrow you get some rest now, and tomorrow you do it. You make up for everything that you got to make up. And it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. And most teachers, even if they grade a 0 and they redo and they do it, they understand.
Yeah.
They'll see that the kid is making up for everything, and they'll give them the hundreds if they earned it.
Yeah.
So that's
kudos to teachers like that.
Yeah, for real. Kudos to teachers like that. That they understand that this is new. And shame on the teachers, which is a pet peeve from me to the teachers that think that like the kids are gonna get it just like that.
Yeah.
Do they at reading is from 9 to 9:45. 9:45 the work has to be in. Come on, that's not realistic.
Like, in a way, you're like telling us what to do in our own home.
From 9:45 to 10:30 is math. Math needs to be due at 10:30.
Yeah, like,
come on, it's not the same as in a school environment.
Exactly. Like, let's say like a kid is hungry or wants to eat or whatever, they gotta go eat.
Exactly, it's different.
Be stuck on the computer and starving.
And like I said, we are privileged that we have an office space, and for the YouTubers, we're gonna show it in one of the next few episodes.
Yeah,
probably the next one, but like one of the next ones, we're gonna give you a little tour of the office.
Yeah,
how we modified it. It used to be, we had to make it into a school. Now
it used to be office / playroom.
And now it's
mostly office, library.
Yeah, and that was where we were gonna do our main podcast was there. And if you guys notice, go back.
Yeah,
the blue room, the blue background, that is the office.
Yeah.
So, what do we have another pet peeve out there?
Yeah, taking off your mask with dirty hands.
Oh, okay.
You should not.
Back to PPE.
Yeah, you should not be taking off your mask with dirty hands. Always have hand sanitizer on you. right? And I know a lot of people, and even me, like, I was laughing at someone who was driving with a mask on. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe they have dirty hands, so they couldn't take their mask off.
That's what I was gonna say.
But also, don't go overboard and wear a mask if you don't have to in your car.
Yeah, like that. I've been like, if you're gonna make a lot of stops, it's better to just leave your mask on.
Yeah.
That's where I leave my mask on. If I'm just gonna get inside the car, and if I see there's a lot of traffic, like foot traffic in our block, I'll put my mask on. Mm-hmm. Just in case or whatever.
Yeah, because oh my god, one day he got out and he went to open the gate.
True story.
And he didn't have his mask on because it was like, we're home, right?
And
we're
there's
basically
nobody
home.
around.
This old man comes out of nowhere and sneezes right in front of the gate, and we're like, oh shit.
Yeah, like we had to like turn around,
like back up, like
grenade style, like if it was a grenade, like
and we were just like, what the fuck, like
do a 180 and dive, basically.
I was like, that had to be like a government spy or something, spreading the coronavirus.
Yeah, for the conspiracies right there.
Yeah, because it's like, we never saw this guy before. He just came out of the blue, just sneezed right where we could get sick, right in our faces.
Yeah, this dude
and
just
left.
Went truth. It's like, dude, hey.
Like, it's not funny, but now it's funny.
Yeah, so that's why, because you never know, like, even if you live in a spot where, like, it's just, you think it's just going to be you, if you're going to go outside, put your mask on, because you never know. It could protect you. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could protect you. Maybe it could. It depends. It all depends.
Yeah.
Where the sneeze or the cough lands.
So, speaking of being in the car, right? Clean your cars. Everyone thinks
your car.
that their cars cannot carry coronavirus.
Yeah.
Your cars are probably one of the most dirtiest bacteria breeding spots ever.
It's true.
Especially for people who never clean their cars.
And most people don't.
Everyone eats, everyone drinks, everyone changes clothes, everyone has dirty sneakers in their cars, everything. So all that to top it off with COVID-19 is just disgusting.
Yeah, so like if you're going, if you know that your car, you use your car like to do errands, but in this thing, like if you have, which most people should have, some type of cleaner or whatever it is, even just soap and
Lysol.
Water. If you don't have no disinfectant, even soap and water.
Yeah.
Just
people underestimate soap and water.
Take a Ziploc with a sponge with soap and water. And soap and water everything you touch in the car. Or the seats, the steering wheel, the shifter and all that. And take some towels and towel it out and throw the towels away.
Mm-hmm. But the sky blue can, the Lysol can, that you just spray it in the air, that's perfect for a car.
Yeah. But you gotta make sure that then you put, car products over it, because you don't do. Well, you always,
even with soap and water, you have to put car products. Yeah,
exactly.
You don't want your leather,
especially with alcohol based.
Yeah.
Products. Because they would dry out your leather, they would dry out your vinyl,
and that's the last thing you want. Cracks.
Yeah. And so if you're gonna disinfect, make sure you have, a leather conditioner right after. And if you don't have, like I said, disinfectant, because it's very, like tight to find any disinfectant, you could use a car cleaning products. They will wipe off the virus if you throw the thing away.
Yeah, like an all-purpose cleaner.
Yeah, all-purpose cleaner. Clean it, throw the thing away, because you are picking up the virus, throwing it away.
Yeah,
it's better than nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
So
clean your car when you get home, right? Walk into your house, take off your shoes.
Yeah,
please.
Don't walk in your house.
If the outfit you just wore for 5 minutes and you don't want to throw it in the wash, take it off, throw it in the dryer. The heat will kill whatever bacteria. But do not keep the same clothes you wore outside on all day. Don't go on your bed with your dirty clothes. You don't know. The person next to you could have coughed, could have sneezed, could have touched you. Now you transported that virus all the way into your house. And the first thing people do sometimes is, oh, I'm exhausted. Let me lay down in my bed. Yeah. Without even... Before this pandemic, it has always been a rule in this house. Do not go into your bed with outside clothes. The kids know better than to lay down or even sit down on their bed with their uniform.
That's true.
Right? As soon as it... Take off your clothes, hang it up for me so I could put it to disinfect. Wash your hands, wash your face. Those are the steps that they do. After taking off their shoes, of course. Don't walk in the house with your shoes.
Yeah. And these are all things that should have been in place to have hygiene. It's part of hygiene and a clean home.
Yeah.
Which everybody should have done, but now you must do it.
I've always had mixy feelings about, and you and I have had this conversation about walking in the house with shoes.
Yeah.
Right? Or letting people walk in the house with your shoes. During this pandemic, no one's coming over, but if they would, I wouldn't let them walk in with their shoes.
Yeah.
But before this, we were always having a debate. Like, should people walk in with their shoes? Should they not? This and that. Your argument was what? Smelly feet?
Yeah, fungus? Somebody could have a fungus. And I've always said this. And because, you know why? Because I've seen people get it.
Especially if you have carpet.
Exactly. Especially if you have carpet. That's why I hate carpet. Because there's no benefit to it.
It's just a breeding ground for bacteria.
Yeah, you really can never really get that clean. And I used to sell floors, trust me, people I know. And I used to have carpet, and we had to change that because of, you can never get it clean.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can steam it, you can do everything to it. At the end of the day, you would never get it 100% clean. Like, you could just get a hardwood floor clean. A rat got on your hardwood floor or somebody died, you bleach it.
Yeah.
A carpet, you need to change it.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody took a dunk on your floor, hardwood, you pick it up, you bleach it. Yeah. That's it. It's clean. You can eat on top. You know, it's that's how it is. But a carpet, that's it. It's going to be stained. Or even if there's going to be particles in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, like, just my argument about before the pandemic and all this is, if somebody takes off their shoes and they have like a mean fungus or smelly feet, both, they could, they're walking in your house, they're leaving that, hot, sweaty foot.
Yeah.
It's leaving that fungus there. Then guess what? You walk and you pick it up because, you're in your house, you're barefooted.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you grow some fungus on your foot. Next thing you know, it transfers to a jock itch and all this.
Oh, that's so gross.
And it goes back to how cross contamination happens.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, if you have visitors, you should always disinfect
right
your
away.
Floors right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even during, depending.
Yeah, depending on who it is. I mean, I have disinfected our hallways as soon as people walked in.
Yeah.
Or just do it when they're in another room, like in the living room or something.
And like the Japanese also have like chancletas. They have slippers like for visitors.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool. Like even in classrooms, you're not supposed to step.
Yeah.
That's like their culture. I guess that I feel like that's gonna be normal for us now. Having some like slippers for our visitors.
Yeah, that'd
like,
be cool.
This is, and we disinfect it.
I remember like back in the days, there was like these flowery net slippers. Like I think people called it Chinese slippers. It was like from the 99-cent store.
I think
or something. Girls used to rock it a lot. Different colors. But anyways, don't wear your outside gear inside your house.
That's the most important thing. Just don't.
Put it in the wash right away.
And if you don't have the luxury of a washing machine in your house, just put it in the bag so it could go to the laundry.
Yeah, in your laundry bag.
Yeah, because it's not worth it,
Not even the hamper. Don't just throw it in the hamper because it'll spread there too.
Yeah.
Put it in a sealed laundry bag.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's basically it.
Yeah, we just wanted to get it out our chest and so we can help other people also.
Yeah, because we have observed so many things, and just it's like we need to let you guys know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're not necessarily clowning people, but we're just advising you guys.
Yeah.
And because there's some people who may not even realize what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they may listen to this podcast and it's just like, oh shit, I do that. Oh, they're right. Oh, like,
Yeah.
Who knows? Our tips could prevent you from getting sick.
Exactly.
And that is the goal.
And like I said, again, we're not doctors, but we're talking from experience and common sense.
Mm-hmm. And these are the things that work for us.
Yeah.
And thank God no one has knowingly contracted the virus so far.
Yep. So we'll leave you guys with those nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah. So be safe, guys. Please practice social distancing. Wear your mask. Be careful with them. Just be conscious of your movements.
Yeah, be conscious of your movements and cross-contamination.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Stay positive. Keep it up.
And hold on.
Yeah.
The light is showing at the end of the tunnels right there.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, until next time, guys.
Take care.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.